First of all, welcome to Conventa 2014. How do you feel here?
Always very welcome, and it's always a very good investment of my time. I hadn't been for a couple of years, so this is very good. Yeah.
You're here fifth or sixth times. What has changed years till now?
Okay, I've been sending my team lately because I think it's important that they get to know the destination. But yes, for me, I keep coming back. A little bit like an addiction. I think I'm addicted to Slovenia. What has changed? Everything. I don't mean structurally or visually of the show. Things have changed, but it stayed the same. What has changed is an enormous increase in professionalism, the destination blowing its own trumpet, everybody being aware of it, people in the sense of our clients looking at it more. It is now on the radar, and clients actually want to know about it, so we have to be here so that we are also informed about it.
Do you think that Ljubljana is improving on the field of meetings industry?
Definitely. It's not just Ljubljana, and I hope that Slovenia doesn't make the same mistake that a few other countries have made and focus only on the capital.
Which mistakes?
The mistakes of focusing only on the capital city. The fantastic thing about our industry is that it can be beneficial economically and educationally to the whole of the country. There are meetings that can go anywhere, size, impacting on different smaller destinations. I was so happy. I was hearing yesterday that there's been a 12% increase in meetings in Bled, for example. That is amazing news. That's wonderful. That's what we want to hear. And if every time those statistics are told to us or are published, it makes us look at a different part of Slovenia. But of course, Ljubljana is the one that is in the limelight mostly. But it's important not to focus just on Ljubljana.
If you're talking about the region Southeast Europe, do you think that Ministry of Economic Development, for example, put enough attention and money on meetings industry?
Absolutely not. Okay, this is a problem in a lot of countries that are new to this sector. They haven't yet fully understood the value of this industry or how it works. It's a whole other world from tourism, and it takes a long time for politicians and for political institutions to understand it. And by the time they do, they've missed the boat. I think that a lot more has to be invested in the meeting industry because it affects the whole country and the whole economy horizontally. But I think that there is a lot more awareness. I know for a fact that the Mayor of Ljubljana is a great supporter of the meeting industry, and I think coming from the business sector is probably more sensitive and more aware, and he has been a great supporter, and I applaud him for that. I would like to clone him and take him home with me. I'm a great fan of him. But I think that at the political level, because the cycles are small, by the time we have trained or educated our ministries, they move on and the new one comes in and we have to start all over again. This is sad.
Where do you see potential of Slovenian tourism?
It's like this. I think that this is a great hub. This is a place that is now has now caught the attention of people, and as a hub, as a place of education, of communication, an intersection for networking, for business, it could become a little bit the Davos of Southeast Europe, and I think that would be a great idea.
How can our tourism goes hand in hand with meetings industry?
Tourism, for me, we share a lot of things. We share the infrastructure. It's very important. We share the quality of the hotels, the quality of the service, the restaurants, the transports, the airways, the airlines, which are fundamental and which are still the impediment very often to bringing accessibility, still the impediment to bringing meetings very often. But it's not just tourism. It's everything. planning, it's the ministry, it's works, it's the structure of the city, it's the whole thing, and that is where Ljubljana has great assets. It's beautiful. It's been revamped. The new square is fabulous and
Have
sexy.
drinking water?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sexy, the city. It's clean. It's vibrant. I walked here today out of choice, and I had about 10 conversations on the way with people who don't understand what I'm saying, but we had conversations. It was great, and they wanted to know what I was doing here, and they asked us why we had come here. It was just wonderful. People are obviously in the mindset, and meetings don't work if you don't have the community with you, everybody from the taxi driver to the local inhabitants, and I think that job is being done quite well.
How important is hospitality, I mean natural hospitality in the people, if we are talking about meetings industry?
Okay, now you're talking to the right person. I come from a country where hospitality is our trademark, and so perhaps I set the bar really high when I'm comparing, and this is really, really important. It is exactly when the meeting industry is a people industry for people, by people. It is always tailor-made, and it is always about the welcome and the way that people feel and the integration, and one of the criteria in selecting destinations is exactly that the destination we go to should feel familiar in the sense of welcoming, of not people not feeling like outsiders, and this is a great advantage because I do think that Slovenians know how to do that. Slovenians know how to welcome, they know how to talk to people, they know how to make you feel, at least I do, I feel part of a family. I think it's very important that this becomes a school subject, that this becomes part of a way of life, because Slovenia, like most countries in this region, are in a transition phase from their history to a modern day. But I think it's because you have a lot of young people and you have a lot of educated people and a lot of hunger to go out there and spread the word that it makes it feel very warm and welcoming. Yes, I like it, and I think it's changing every day.
Very nice to hear. What do you think is the number one way to earn clients in our industry?
Being out there. It is about being out there. You have key personalities in your industry that are well known outside the country. You need more. You need to support the ones that are. You need ambassadors. Like I said, it's about people. Decisions are taken technically, but before you can actually even get considered, you have to be known. You have to be respected. There are criteria that apply to infrastructure and to the city, but there's also the power of people and the power of friendships and the power of networking. I always say that Miha Kovacic is a great ambassador for this destination because he is a hound dog. He's terrible. He will not let you go until you say yes. And that is the power of networking. You have chosen your consultants wisely. You need more Mihas and you need more people who are out there. It is not as important to be well known inside Slovenia or to have a great personality inside Slovenia or to be a great politician in Slovenia. That has no impact on us. It is much better if you go out there and demonstrate a passion and a desire for the business.
What qualities makes a great event or meeting planner?
A meeting planner? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, 150,000% tolerance, organization skills, but above all, an understanding of people. An understanding of what motivates people, what moves people, and what makes people want to be there. Because if you don't understand what moves people, then you can be as organized as you want. You won't win in this business.
What else makes the bidding for International Congress unique?
Differentiation. It's about understanding the business. It's about speaking the language of the business that you're after. But then it's about differentiating. It's about providing a solution that differs from your neighbor. For that, you need to understand what your neighbors are offering, okay, and you need to stand a step forward. You need to provide an additional out-of-doors experience that is different from everyone else. And this is always the hardest for destinations, because to be able to differentiate yourselves from your neighbor requires a lot of research and a lot of work. And it takes 3, 4, 5 years, and it doesn't happen in a day. But you have to keep bidding, because you bid once and you put your foot on the first rung of the ladder. You bid twice and they cannot ignore you. Okay, after that they can. So it's about persistence above all, and maintaining that reputation. You have to keep maintaining. Every time you promote your destination, it has to be as if it's the first time. The passion has to be there, the novelty has to be there. No matter how many times you've been, it's like the first time.
For the end, tell me the secret. Why do you like your job?
Oh my God, you know, I'm actually being tested for drugs because I like my job so much. Why do I like my job? Why do I like a job that makes me work 24 hours a day, sometimes 36 hours a day, that does, 7 days a week, no holidays, no weekends, traveling constantly.
Sounds great.
But it's different every day. I never walk into the office and do the same job. I meet different people every day. I have to understand different sectors of the world every day. I have to work on understanding different cultures, different people. I have to learn what motivates everyone from a different place, a different sector in the economy, a different community. Why? What is there not to like? It's a wonderful job, and it's about people, and basically that's what I love, people.
Linda Pereira, thank you for this interview.